Hey everybody, this is Roman, also known as Bailey, and I would like to apologize for not getting out my 90-day or 3-month update on tea, but I fell ill, and I also was moving into a new residence, which I am in my new residence. You may see a maniac cat running across. I'm not sure. I've got one up there and one over there, and they seem pretty relaxed right now. So I thought it'd be a good time to attempt this video. As of today, I do have 112 days on testosterone. Noticeable changes. Definitely my voice has dropped, and I'm not sure if it's going to continue to drop, but it's dropped significantly to where I pass as Mel and by just the hearing. The bottom growth is continuing. I'm at about 2 inches aroused, which is very significant because I had none pre-T. Also, I am getting some facial hair. It's coming in light blonde. I am blonde, or a strawberry blonde, naturally. So I'm going to attempt to do some close-up. I'm getting like a thin sheen of hair on my upper lip in the sides here that I think will be reminiscent of a mustache in time. Then I've also got some significant patches of hair. I never had anything pre-T on the right side of my chin. I had a few straggly whiskers pre-T on the left side. Now seem to have this patch here, and then just the really thin and the really light, and then I noticed that there's some like patchy stuff all around my face, which I guess I am grateful that I am not dark haired, because that would look really strange. If I had darker hair, it would be much more noticeable, and I may look like, I don't know, I had some kind of disease or something. So that's certainly significant, because I was wondering if I'd ever start growing facial hair. And I'll probably be one of those guys that I'll have to be on T for a year to have anything really significant. Just because of the color of my hair and because it isn't really thick. There's some that are thicker than others, but it is a pretty thin. I'm thinking that maybe at 6 months I'll shave and see if it comes in thicker. I know that a lot of guys say that that's just a fallacy, but we'll see. I know that some guys do it. They'll shave and it'll start to come in thicker, so we'll just have to see. Other physical changes. I was really muscular pre-T, and I'm probably a bit broader in the shoulders, in the neck. Started a cross-training program at the college, so 14 hours off campus, 14 hours in the gym. We'll see how that works. I'm going to invest in a weight bench, probably in January. Find a place in this tiny apartment to set it up in. I do want to mention that my new residence it's a basement apartment in a duplex, a brownstone duplex in a very nice neighborhood in my city, in the city I live in. That's kind of equivalent to like Capitol Hill in Seattle, or maybe Silver Lake in LA, maybe Soho in the New York area. I don't really know any other neighborhoods to compare it to in any other cities, but it's probably predominantly just a college neighborhood. It's called Brown's Addition here in Spokane, and I landed a really cute little apartment for $100 less a month, and in a much better neighborhood than I was living. So I was able to get all my furniture in it, although I did sell my desktop computer. It was a monstrous desktop, older version. I sold it for what I paid. So hey, sold it to a kid who was a student. So I figured, well, to make a profit might not be good karma, whatnot. So went in, at least got what I put into it. I don't think that I'd be able to find a place here to put it as it is. Still have a few boxes to unpack. But a funny thing happened the weekend. It's been 2 weekends since I moved. The weekend that I moved, I started getting, my hands started to swell really bad. And I would say by that Wednesday, following that weekend, it was so bad that my feet started to swell as well. And then my joints started to ache, so I ended up going to my doctor. And he said that I had more than likely contracted a virus that he had actually had called Parvo B19. And so you say Parvo, oh, animal related, dog related, canine, or, pet related, but apparently this strain of it is not, and it's passed from human to human. It's very contagious. So he had me on quarantine until yesterday. Basically, I couldn't go to work or school until the 11th. So, but I'm better. I was out in Rockford, which is on the Idaho border area, at a friend's, and she nursed me back to health. I don't like to cook to begin with, and then secondly, I didn't have the energy to cook. So I was able to get fed, nourishing foods like homemade chicken noodle soup and, other things like that I think that was really instrumental in getting me back to health. What else? I love being on T. I had wondered if, the hand swelling and the feet swelling was a side effect of the testosterone, but my doctor said no, because he knows. I see 2 doctors. I have my primary care physician that treats me for some back issues, and then I have my endocrinologist that treats me, for the GID or the GID, and prescribes my testosterone, and also he's doing my thyroid thing, because I have a low thyroid. I have for several years now. I'm 44. I guess your thyroid goes out. It happens frequently to bio females. And so I had a thyroid that just didn't work at all, so I have to take a synthetic thyroid hormone called levothyroxine. So he sees me for that as well. So I'm not sure what happened. I don't get sick, so it was hit me pretty hard, because when I do get sick, it's pretty rough. But I'm over it, and I feel pretty good. What else? Well, here it is, mid-October almost, and weather's really starting to change. It's really pretty. I live in a neighborhood that's got tons of trees. In fact, I live on Poplar Street. The names of the streets in my neighborhood, like spruce, hemlock, oak, pine, poplar, they're all names of trees, because those are the types of trees that populate this area, as well as myself and my babies. So I feel pretty good. Full-time this quarter at school. I'm looking into maybe doing a transfer, pre-graduation. It all depends if I can get licensed in this state. They have really strict licensing criteria that needs to be met. And because of some, the wreckage of my past, things I've done in my addiction, I have some things that may prevent me from getting licensed in this state, because it's very strict here. So I may have to relocate to Oregon or California, where they have multiple licensing agencies for CDPs, which is chemical dependency professionals, basically drug counseling. So they have multiple, and their standards are a little well, I'm not going to say standards, but their requirements, or the criteria that would prevent me from being licensed, is not as strict or stringent in those states as it is here in Washington. So I'm hoping that, I won't have to, but I do have people in Portland. I do have some connections still in California, clean and sober connections, and I'm sure I can find employment, no problem. So with that, this is Roman. I feel pretty good. 112 days on testosterone. Peace.